All right, I call to order the Millersville Board of Commissioners, agenda Tuesday, April 20th, 2021 at 5:32 p.m. If everyone would please stand and indicate your
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to come to this place, do your business and the city's business, dear Lord. And we ask that you help each and every one of us as we go through our meetings and help those who are sick, including those that are getting over some of this COVID virus. Dear Lord, please bless and keep everyone. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Mayor, I need to request that we amend the agenda to add two items. I'd like them to be number 7A, which would be a resolution 21-R-32. That's a resolution to declare items as surplus property and authorize the sale and disposal of that property that has been deemed surplus, out of service, seized, or abandoned. And the second change to the agenda, which we amend, is 7B, resolution 21-R-33, which is a resolution authorizing application to the State of Tennessee Infrastructure Planning Grant through the Department of Economic and Community Development for the purposes of updating GIS wastewater management.
I have a motion, is there a second? Motion has been made and seconded to amend the agenda. We'll be amending to add 7A, resolution 21R-32, and 7B, resolution 21R-33. Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The agenda is amended. Item number 3, approval of minutes from March 16, 2021, regular commission meeting. Call for motion.
Move that we approve the minutes from the March 16th, 2021 regular commission meeting as presented.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Item number 4, approval of the March 2021 financial report. Call for motion.
Move that we approve the March 2021 financial report as presented.
Second.
Motion has called for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Item number 5, accept audit report ending June 2020, presented by Karen Stevens, CPA, Blankenship, CPA Group. This audit report package has been provided and was briefed at work session on April 5th, 2021. Call for motion.
Move that we approve and accept the audit report ending June 2020 that was presented by Karen Stevens at our work session on April 5th, 2021.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion or any questions? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Item number 6, first reading of ordinance 21-755, occupational health and safety program. Call for motion.
Move that we approve of first reading ordinance 21-755, which is the occupational health and safety program that was presented at our work session.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Item number 7, resolution 21R-31, exposure control plan administrative policy. Call for motion.
Move that we approve the passage of resolution 21-R-31, which is the exposure control plan administrative policy.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Item number 7A, resolution 21R-32, resolution to declare items as surplus property and authorize the sale or disposal of property that has been deemed surplus, out of service, seized, or abandoned. Call for a motion.
Move that we pass resolution to declare items of surplus property and authorize the sale or disposal of property that has been deemed surplus, out of service, seized, or abandoned.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Just point out that there are 4 vehicles that are part of the surplus property that are scheduled to be sold. There are 2010 Ford Crown Victoria, another 2010 Ford Crown Victoria, 2013 Dodge Charger, 2003 Ford F-150 XL.
Anything further?
Just make a point that the 2 Crown Vics and the Charger are vehicles that we had in service that are no longer in service at the police department, and the F-150 was a seized.
Any questions? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Item number 7B, resolution 21R-33, resolution authorizing an application for the State of Tennessee Infrastructure Planning Grant through the Department of Economic and Community Development for the purposes of updating GIS wastewater mapping. Call for a motion.
Move that we approve the resolution 21-R-33, authorizing an application to the State of Tennessee Infrastructure Planning Grant through the Department of Economic and Community Development for purposes of updating the GIS wastewater map.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion?
This is what Mr. Colley presented at the work session.
Yes, that's the $50,000 grant for the and high part of the 5%, which would be $2,500. Thank you.
Any further questions? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Item number 8, presentation by Michael Mattel, Bethel Ridge Development concerning lift station versus ground. Mattel?
Mr. Mandela, would you like to stay in the microphone? That way, the audience can hear you. You can pull that off. That's better.
My name is Michael Natelli, our family company is a developer of master plan communities. Several projects in there, Kingdoms, County, Gallatin, one of the contractor.
They still can't
We're under contract to purchase the residential portion of this 150-acre property that is on Bethel Road, with the intention of constructing a residential subdivision. This is an illustrative depiction of what the subdivision will look like. We can get all the engineering figured out and so forth. And we're in the process of doing due diligence to try to figure out all of the various infrastructure that's needed to support this property as depicted. Things like turn lanes, water, sewer, and so forth. Regarding the sewer, we were asked to whether a sanitary lift station is feasible on the project, and we have studied that and are determining that it's gonna be very problematic to do for a lot of reasons. The sanitary lift station would have to be the rearmost portion of the project. It would have to be built at the front end of the project, because the first phase would require sanitary, in fact, build the entire infrastructure in order to accommodate that. The sewer manholes and some of the piping would be as deep as 20 feet. It would be very, very expensive and costly to install and maintain. Takes power, and there are a number of reasons. But that's the gist of what we're trying to help explain to the city.
So you're asking, would we be all right with grinder pumps versus lift station?
That's correct.
Brian? Brian's our engineer, I'm sure he's what would be the pros and cons versus the lift station or the grinder?
You're essentially adding in this structure, you would go around pump training in 205 grinder pumps, based on what they've got shown here. Of course, there is future development for commercial or residential up front, that is not part of this. But you have the typical problems that you have in grinder pumps, age, those type of things. But the city does now have the homeowner take ownership of that. Whereas if you were to do a lift station, the lift station would be owned and operated by the city. This lift station, due to the location of it, how much force main will have to be put in, force main that they have to overcome that comes all the way down Bethel Road and all the way down to here, would be a very sizable size lift station. So there are maintenance costs associated with that. So, situation is if they went to a large lift station, it would be maybe more of a financial burden on the city.
So if they go with grinder pumps, the infrastructure that we have down Bethel Road will accept
Yes,
what's there?
based on the hydraulic calculations that we have done in conjunction with the developer, yes, it will be able to be supported currently without any filters.
And from past conversations, it has always been my understanding that the tight system or the pressurized system above the bridge has always been bigger than what we really require. It really doesn't have enough flow going through it to keep it flushed out.
Correct. Yes. And hence why the look at an option for maybe a pump station for this situation. Unfortunately, it's not going to be and not work out for this application.
Are y'all aware that if the board decides to allow grinder pumps, that it's on the homeowner, that pump goes with the house?
Yes, sir. In a couple of the subdivisions that we built in Livingston County, does have step systems and a full demarcation between utilities in that case, and the homeowner is the valve box. So even the valve box of the house, which in that case includes plugging, septic tank, and so forth, is the homeowner's responsibility. So this would be much the same way.
And I think it's pretty similar to what all of those are. How big a home is reasonable? I'm just curious about that. That has nothing to do with it.
Should have one in Representative Ryan Helms to speak, that they're going to be building this community. And probably 28 to 3,800 square feet is what I'm guessing. I'm not sure if they walked in exactly what I'm trying to figure out what pricing is.
And where is the commercial located on that? Is that the Bay area?
There are 20 acres, 21 acres roughly that the seller still owns. We are planning to get into an agreement, is provided that we're gonna get into an agreement to figure out all the intercoordination between the residential area and the commercial area. Because things like water line, we're gonna have to be shared, we're gonna have to be about the road, do that.
So y'all are not buying the commercial part?
We're very interested in that, and we're in discussions with them.
Okay.
We think it would make a lot more sense to have one point of contact,
Right.
think about the whole site, so. We're pursuing that.
Me personally, I don't have a preference between the lift station and the grinder pump. We got a pretty good look at the grinder pumps overall. The fact that we've, got away from the city owning those pumps. It's just like a septic system for a normal house. So, I'm good with the grinder pumps.
The main thing about that is, education and awareness on the homeowner when they're purchasing that, so they understand what their responsibility is. We have I'd say limited public works department, and we get called out for all kinds of things, whether it's our responsibility or theirs. But I realize there's probably tax that would be, it's a trade-off, we'll still get calls out there. It just needs to be a good education, awareness in the selling process. Right. So that's the only thing I'd say.
One thing that we've done in the other communities are references as part of the onboarding package, the welcome package, making them aware that these events, in most cases, the utility company actually provides a list of things they shouldn't do.
Yeah, and we've been willing to provide that.
Yeah.
This is gonna be one builder, correct?
Yes,
So there's only one builder.
that's right. One sales team, one communication.
When this is completed, how many homes do you expect?
We have depicted 205 lots that fit within the zoning category that is designated. And the layout shows 55 lots.
Any town homes or anything like that?
There are none in this section, in the residential section. Whenever you can work as part of a master plan for the entire parcel, we're exploring.
You're talking about in the base.
The combination of commercial.
Private funds are used there, is that the premium, using the private funds, other locations? Does we have capacity?
Currently based on calculations we have done for what is existing out there, what this is being proposed, there is capacity within that existing line. Future development, don't know until we kind of get a hold of what they want to do. We have to kind of plug that into our model and calculate.
There is a possibility though that we wouldn't have to improve the lines.
There is a possibility that it would be okay with the existing infrastructure.
So, as we continue down this path of due diligence and studying, trying to normalize what the plan can look like for the future development, we'd like to have decision to try to figure that out.
Sure, we would encourage that.
If we were to, right now, currently, we have the lines that are good enough to handle it. I would like to see that to a commercial core retail, which is how bad the 15 businesses. Do you think that based on what they're going to do and with it hypothetically 15 businesses without having those will be structured?
Anybody got any more questions?
I can go either way.
I think from what I've read, the gravity flow of the lift station is going to kind of make the project go, which makes sense. I'm not in favor of having the sewer lines 20 foot deep.
And I'm not real keen on the city to be responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of the lift station. Thanks for calling. Our public works department would have to tell.
Well, I think we all know that lines in the ground, gravity flow lines in the ground, they deteriorate.
As we found that out.
And, you start talking about working 20 years down the road when the line is 20 foot deep in the ground, you don't get you.
Well, that's all.
Exactly. Put it in or fix it. So I am perfectly fine with grinders. We have like a lot of them and we've had pretty good luck. But now, I do believe we spec a certain grinder. It can't just be any grinder you go get, it has to be something. Spec.
Do you mind showing this to the audience, so the people can get to see this?
We only get a caveat and says, we haven't submitted a concept. So everybody knows that this is going to be so far based on.
Well, they're gonna ask us questions that we can't answer.
I'm gonna need a motion to recommend this back to the planning commission that we'll recommend that we're good with this. So that when it does show up at the planning commission knows what we're at.
I move that we recommend to the planning commission the use of private funds on this particular project, which is the special ridge development project. Once it appears in front of the planning commission.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It is approved. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all coming down.
You just
All right, so y'all, you'll have to kind of bear with me on this next one. It's gonna take me a minute to read all this. Item number 9, OET change orders to be approved for new city hall construction. A, change order number 10 for $8,132.30, parking lot undercut. Item B, change order number 12 for $2,902.90, ductwork and registry location. C, change order number 14 for $3942.40, storefront windows and frames and glazing in the front offices and offices upstairs. D is not ready, therefore it's going to be omitted. E, change order number 16 for $12,177, transaction windows reversed to original design and placement. F, change order number 17 for $2498.10, changing out the threshold at exterior door due to conflict with main engine. These costs and these changes are to be shown as a credit back to the city for future services and engineering fees by OHM. Basically what that means is there was some mistakes made and OHM has stepped up to the plate and they're paying for all the changes. So that's what that is. I need a motion. We would accept or deny.
And we like one comment on the order here. Since 15 was not provided to us, and it will be later, change order number 16 is now 15, and change order 17 is now 16. So you have change order 10, 12, 14, scratch that 15 and move it down to 15 and 16. Just to make sure that everybody's clear that they stay on.
I move that we approve the change orders presented by the mayor, which are change order 10, 12, 14, 15, and 16, with the amounts noted, and that we will gladly accept the credit from OHM.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Item number 10, review bids for the message board and sign at City Hall. Call for a motion.
So we need to review bids. Yes, probably so.
Let me interject, one thing. We, at the last, at the work session, we, did not have only one bid. I went back out for another bid with Josh left, and it should be on your sheet compared to the, general sign company. It did come in a little higher because they added the insulation, whereas the other company, included that in the total price. So the price difference, is about, $8,000 difference between, general sign and Josh. Basically, they both provide the same, style and brand name, message board, and pretty much do that, basically the same work. So these are as comparable as you can get.
Yeah, they are.
I looked at this too, and I was thinking, and I got the bids, and I thought, this sign company, Sheffield, Alabama, we have a problem, and we hard to get it back. But I went on Facebook and logged into the Better 53 local Sheffield, Alabama. They have an outstanding, very religious people report. So, I think Sheffield Sign Company, General Sign, that's great.
Then I move that we approve the awarding of the contract to the lowest and best bidder, which in this case, the General Sign Company of Sheffield, Alabama.
So,
Motion has been made and seconded to award the contract to General Sign Company. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Item number 11, review bids for cleaning services at the city facilities, City Hall and the community center.
I had a question, the American Facility Solutions and the one on the very bottom, SG 360,
Yeah,
were those for just a week and they didn't get total for the month? I mean, why is there such a price difference?
the first company, they bid out the community center, and, the SG 360 did not put the community center on there. They did, come out, both of them came out and viewed the properties, facilities, and, 360 said they would come back in with the equivalent price to add the community center. We're going to do that. One of the things that, gave them a little pause was because we are still in the COVID booking, and we have a really, I would say, complex schedule of cleaning. So it was really hard for them to say they could do exactly what we want to do. We had cleaning, and we had COVID cleaning, and, you can ask anybody that's in Melissa, anybody that's, involved in the booking and the setups, it gets pretty complicated.
Oh, I am, I have to do COVID
So,
cleaning there.
so that company did not bid the community center. We have the community center, covered, if you will.
So the 1306 versus 3500, and I mean, some of these, I mean, there's such a drastic
You know,
range
they
in
are-
price.
I know, and it sometimes concerns me about that because we give them the specs that we wanted, how many times, we need to clean each day, what we need to clean, the square footage, the types of flooring, carpet versus the VCT versus the laminate. And some of these folks are just really high.
The 1306, is that
I think
per
that's,
day or is that?
That's per month, that's per month.
I think that's really low.
Well, so I figured it was, for what they said they could do it for, it was like $20 an hour.
So they're gonna clean 3 days a week,
That's,
Yes, 6 hours a day.
three days a week. And they're gonna do it 4 times a month. And it's gonna be
there's
$1,300.
no way. I'd like to see that bid. I'd like to see their stuff, there's no way.
I'm like Christina, that's a big difference between
You get what you pay for.
5,000
Right.
and 6,000.
I even times it time more forward thinking maybe they were thinking per week. And that made more sense to me than 13. Here's, I mean, are they paying living wages? I mean, I'm really about living wages. And I don't wanna see somebody coming in and cleaning something for like
I had,
nothing.
they came out and toured the facility, and I asked them, are you sure that's your bid? That's what monthly bid? And they said they could do it.
I don't know how that's possible.
So, I would say, I would like to get the two lowest bids back out here separately and talk.
I wouldn't feel
Before,
comfortable, yeah.
before I bite off on this.
Well, I'm not comfortable with $1,306.
I'm not either. We're the 1280. I mean, they're gonna come in here and quit.
I mean,
No, we don't want that. And, you know, you get to a point where if you're gonna pay $25,000 or $30,000 a year, you might think about hiring a person that can be full-time
So I agree.
facility.
Janitorial, yeah.
Janitorial, and
You
then
provide a job.
there's always additional things we can fill their day in to do other things.
And
And
I
it'd be
think
nice
that's
to have somebody to take care of, you know, spot cleaning and you know, after a small event or something like that.
well, basically, that's $325 a week. So you're talking about $100, $110 a day that they're coming in and cleaning City Hall. That's 10,000 square feet,
there's no way.
not counting the back.
Yeah, and that includes that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's
It's
one
10,000
person, so
up
they,
front.
did they say how many people are coming in to clean? Is it just one person?
Well, they didn't say how many.
I'd be curious, we have Airbnb that's almost 11,000 square feet. We pay a lot more than that.
Are they all bonded and insured?
Yes.
Each company?
Yes, they're all fine.
I'm kind of like you're saying, I would much rather do a little bit more homework on.
Yeah.
If
I
we're
don't know how
gonna
many
use,
cleaners they have, how long they're gonna be there, what hours they're gonna be there.
if we're gonna use, American facility or the
To us.
SG 360, there's a lot of questions that get answered.
Yeah.
And then, and this one, Abracadabra, they have a one floor bump every 3 months, for the, I guess, strip and reseal all floor coats. Do the other ones provide that? How often do we need that?
Yeah, they did not quote it, but, we will need some of that, I don't know.
And then the disinfecting, I think that's a real cost that we need to know upfront, how much they charge us. I mean, each place, or if that's something in their scope, or we have to go out and hire somebody for that, if we needed that.
Yeah,
Because that gets expensive, that gets really expensive.
Is the people that company that's claiming now on this list?
No, they did want to take on a big job.
Okay.
So back to what I mentioned earlier, how do you all feel about having a full-time staff member to do that versus, you know,
Well, I mean,
Basic equipment.
well, as far as the cleaning, you know, basic janitorial, everyday cleaning, we have buffers in this building right here. Of course, we have carpet, VCT, and laminate. So that was, you know, we don't need a lot of equipment for that. But if we're gonna do buffing and like that, sure.
I'll say this, I don't think the two low bids can do it. for that-
No way.
for that number.
I feel it.
No
And
way.
if we have to go with the 53,000 or the 60,000 or the 73,000, a full-time person probably could be cheaper.
And they can be
And,
utilized
So that's a
simultaneously
lot of
also.
flexibility.
and you also have the capability to say, hey, this room needs more attention. Spend the rest of the day tomorrow.
Who is supervising?
I think it'd be everybody works or
Works.
me. You know, I'm between three,
Okay,
so probably be me.
okay.
I mean, if you got a full-time person, it's gonna be easy to see whether they're doing.
Yeah, right, yeah. You'll know,
You have some trouble areas, you just,
Yeah, that, if you had a full-time person too, if there was a whoops catastrophe, something happened, you have them available versus the Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Public Works oversees a lot of parts of this building here, as well as outside, setups and breakdown and that kind of thing. They did this time, but in the floor, they have that before, so I think that'll be under Public Works.
and I'll say this, if you didn't wanna go with a full-time employee, there's always the possibility of going with two part-time employees. Right. I know that would help out in certain areas.
Yeah.
If you needed something clean quicker, that would give you two people versus one. So we're gonna table this.
I think we
Yeah.
table it, and, let me come back and come over and have numbers on the personnel.
Can I get a motion to this?
Move that we table item number 11, which is bid for cleaning service at the city facilities.
Second.
Motion has been made to table, we'll table to the work session. There's no further discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Item number 12, approve the transaction of swapping two city-owned lots at Cartwright Parkway for the property at 1178 Louisville Highway. And for those of you that don't know what that is, there's two lots in Cimarron Trace over off of Emerson Road that the city owns. And we are thinking of swapping those lots for the piece of property across the street. We have a bigger need for the property across the street than we have for the two lots that we've owned for 20 years and paid them over for 20 years. We're not making money back. We're only spending. So that's what that's about. So I either make a motion to allow the city manager to,
Well, I move that for approval, transactions swapping the two city-owned lots of Cartwright Parkway for the property at 1178 Louisville Highway, and to permit the city manager to continue negotiations for this exchange.
second. Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Before we vote, I do want to make it clear that I do work for the gentleman that owns the property across the street. I will be voting on this simply because I have no interest in the lot or the lots over in Cimarron. I just think it's a good business decision. All right, so all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? And Ms. Timber, this is your second. Yes. Appointment of Planning Commission member, Mr. Charles Anderson. Call for motion.
We sure we want to appoint him?
Pretty sure.
You better think long and hard.
Here's your chance, man.
I've known him for a long time. I have no problem with it.
I move that we approve the appointment of Mr. Charles Anderson to the planning commission. Welcome him aboard with all the headaches.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? I will say this, I don't always agree with him, but I know he's a fair man. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Item number 14 is citizens' comments. If anyone would wish to speak. No, you want to speak.
Melissa Clark, I'm at 1174 Louisville Highway, which is the library across the street, and this is Tess Peters, and Tess works at the library as well. So I just realized that I have the wrong report for you guys. So I'm going to just give you some of the programs that we have coming up. You probably don't know the library report, so the video will not good. So,
Some of us have done it.
yes. Anyways, if anybody is interested, I do have the flyers for our upcoming programs for you guys. So I know that I talked to some of you, I'll say it over here. I know I talked to some of y'all before. I'm going to be moving at the end of the month. So we do have a search out right now for a new director. That search is done by the Sumner County Library Board. So I don't really have anything to do with it. I just get to put in my 2 cents when they ask me. But Tess Peters has been with the library for a couple of years. She has worked with their circulation desk, and she is part of our dynamic duo over in our children's area. She's amazing. So she's going to take over as the interim manager, and I'll be here to support her throughout most of the month of May, definitely the first couple of weeks anyway. And she's also applied for the director position, so she's going to get a chance to see how much time she makes. But just to let you all know, we do have a couple of fun programs coming up. On May 8th at 10:30, we're going to be having a Mother's Day tea in the garden. So a couple of years ago, we did a Mother's Day tea inside, but with COVID, we're still trying to do all of our programs outdoors. So we're going to have a Disney Princess Belle. We have a Belle impersonator that's going to come, and she looks exactly like Belle, and she can sing. She's amazing. So it'll be little finger food and tea, and we're going to have it. Bring your own teacup like we did last time, and dress up. Bring your daughters, bring your granddaughters, and it should be a lot of fun. We're also doing a book club, and the book club meets every last Saturday of the month at 1:30, and it's kind of reader's choice. So we're not telling people you have to read this particular book. We just want you to bring in your favorite book for the month and share it. Let us know what you thought, and we can talk about it. Let's see, what else do we have on that? We have, I didn't look at my flyers. We have started our outdoor story times again. So those are every Wednesday morning at 10:30 and every Friday morning at 10:30. So you'll get to see Tess and Maddie out there, and it's a lot of fun. And, I completely almost forgot this. Our summer reading program is going to kick off on June 5th. I know that's a little bit in the future, but we're going to have a foam and water party. So we're really excited about that. We've got the fire department signed up. They're going to bring the ladder truck and put the foam from the top of the ladder this time and blow it down on us. So it should be a lot of fun. Bring the kids, sign up for the summer reading program. We've got all kinds of fun stuff for the kids to do, prizes, all that good stuff. So, does anybody have any questions? Awesome. Okay.
Pretty thorough. Anyone else?
Let me just say something about Melissa. She has been, although she is leaving at the end of the month, and we just want to make sure she knows that we have really appreciated her hard work and dedication to providing these activities for the citizens here. And we are really going to miss her, and it's going to be hard to find a replacement. So if you all would join me in applause for
I'd also like to say this library over here has had 2 directors since it opened. And we have been lucky enough to have 2 of the best directors I think you can find in the state of Tennessee. I hate to see this one go. I hate to see the last one go. And if we get lucky enough to round up another one, we're not gonna let that one go.
Well, it's been getting better and better, so the next one's gotta be better.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I wish you all the luck in the world and appreciate the job you've done. Anyone else? Ms. Jack?
Hi,
Go ahead and address.
Deborah Chadwick, 2253 Dickey Road. Please humor me. This is an old issue that I'm bringing up again. And it is about the Highland Rim Racetrack. I know some of you have gone over, you were sitting on the board when the first ordinance was passed in 2010. 2010, that ordinance was repealed, was replaced. The second one was repealed and replaced. And the third ordinance that we live by today was in March of 2011. So we're now over 10 years with the ordinance. Last week, I know it was a special deal, but the noise level was off the charts. What I'm asking is, if after 10 years, that ordinance could be discussed and you could get some input in on it. Right now, if there is a visual, discrepancy in a business or someone's home, their lot, they can get cited because it's something that you can visually see. We have audio that no one sitting there can hear, but those of us that live up by the racetrack. So you haven't experienced it until you have truly experienced it. I know there's not a lot of people here, they assume that nothing will ever change, nothing will ever get done. I'm asking that it just be, I have a city life and I have a private life, and I'm talking now from a private life. Last year, I did bring an audio, a recording up to City Hall. It was listened to. They, did say, yeah, you probably have an issue there. But the sound doesn't get tested professionally. The city came out in August 2015, was the only formal sound test that was ever done at the track. The city shouldn't test it. The racetrack should not test it. It should be independently tested. And I understand that we've been told there's no money for sound testing. Well, then we need to find some funds that would cover sound testing. Because last week, and for an example, my husband was mowing the grass. I'm on the deck. I can't even hear our lawnmower over the sound coming from the track. I do know they had special permit for last week. They had special races come in, special cars that typically don't do a whole lot of racing there. But that still doesn't excuse the fact if they were over the 100 decibels. There's never been a citation or a ticket issued for the noise. There's only one ticket ever been issued when the track ran past 12 o'clock midnight for race time. They did pay a $152 ticket. So I'm asking just for it to be discussed.
We can have it put on the work session.
Like I said, the last time it was fully discussed was August 3rd, 2015, in a work session with the city attorney, Robert Wheeler. That was the last time it was truly, seriously discussed.
We'll have it put on the work session, and also can you, check into maybe some independent testing?
Yes.
And what the cost of that would be?
I appreciate it.
We will have it on the work session, for next month, and hopefully we'll have some numbers of what testing would cost, and maybe we can address the situation.
Okay.
And then the session will be on the 3rd of May.
3rd of May,
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
I just wish some of you, just so if you have not experienced it, please come and experience it. And I just want to say one more thing. We're asked a lot of times, and we know the racetrack has been there 55 years. We know that. We knew it was there when we moved there. Yes, we did. But for so many years, it affected 2 days of the week, not 6 days. Thank you.
Anyone else? Either one? Yes, ma'am.
Me?
Mr. Queen? Yes.
My name is Sandy McQueen. I live at 1014 Winding Ridge, and my face is flushed. I'm not contagious. It's allergies and pollen, so don't, I'm here because last month I brought up this topic of my neighbor firing guns, and you told me to, next time you did that, to call the police and get a report, have them do a report. So let me see. This past Friday, 7 p.m., my neighbor, lots of gunfire. I sympathize with you for the noise. Lots of gunfire, called the police. Officer Tate came. He was very nice, but he's new. He said he doesn't know the ordinances. He's going to check and get back to me, and he never did. Sunday, I heard one shot coming from them. I didn't call the police. Yesterday, boy, I'll tell you, he let go. 4:40 yesterday, it was like a war going on over there. He fired guns constantly for over an hour. I called the police, and Officer Scott came, and he said, Brandon, our fire chief, said it's okay for him to do that. And I said, did he say why it's okay? He said because he's 1,000 feet away from a dwelling. So the gunfire was going on while the police was there. Like I said, it lasted over an hour, very, very loud. I have health problems. I got 2 cats that get scared to death. One of them runs up to the bed, the other one hangs on to me and cries. Drilling things. The kids are playing, and he just goes on and on. There's about this noise the same as I am. It's almost other neighbors, have guns and gun range. So anyway, I think this ordinance grow in the city.
I don't, the police department should know what the ordinance says when they get there. And, if it happens, you need to call in, and we will get it straightened out.
Yeah. Well, the police and our chief is, and I said, I know of him. He said, well, Brendan says it's okay.
Well, how would, my question would be, how would the police officer know if he was further than 1,000 feet from the dwelling if he didn't go see where it was?
You got me.
So I'm assuming.
You got me.
We'll look into it.
Huh?
We will look into it. And take
Okay,
care of it.
thank you. Appreciate it. And it's like, I just want to say one more thing. Like I said, it's not just me, but it's the children playing out there and all. That's unhealthy for them to listen to. There's one little baby who's not even a year old,
We'll look into it and see what we can do.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna come up here if it's all right.
Sure.
I don't want to shout from the back. And also, if it's all right, it's been on the side. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jason Down, and I live at Little Creek. In Little Creek, was my family. And I'm here today on behalf of a lot of neighbors, mostly speaking for myself. They couldn't be here today. We got expressed concern of the speeds that people are driving through the neighborhood. Starting with me personally, it's pretty easy to notice how fast they're going by my house because I'm on a little trail, just hill. And any given day, I have to meet 50% or more of people driving past my house doing over close to 20 miles per hour. The legal 20 mile per hour limit. It's not totally, it's not good that second. There's some repeat offenders, and complaints in the file. I filed a complaint with the just hoping that somebody will go and say, hey, it's what? It's a neighborhood. I don't know if that actually taken because I still see that person regularly. Almost lose control of it. Mill Trail.
Is that the road that runs along the creek?
Yes, sir. Last year we had a radar sign positioned in front of our office, and then 2 weeks later it was halfway up Little Trail. Also positioned.
Did that help?
While I was there, yes, sir, it did. It was noticed people would see it, they slow down. Sometimes we're outside and see somebody going racing fast, like kids playing, kind of do that. We're usually met with, they just kind of see us or they gesture. Yeah. Who am I to tell them to slow down? I want to tell you I'm not, and that's the cranky old guy that lives in the neighborhood that says, I want to chase the fist of somebody who I'm not over. But what I am is somebody's really concerned. I love Will. I love when they put so much of people in it and everything, but we're all kind of afraid to just go for a walk our dogs, walk kids. It's not just me, it's an overall neighborhood issue. It's that there's been a lot of social media posts and got some great posts. I'm pretty much happy to give you an idea of a lot of pets getting killed recently because people are just going to that. So, I'm trying to be you were in here. So, the unified fears of something will change. It's going to end in tragedy. It's not just something that there's only 2 speed signs in the whole neighborhood, and they're both entrances. And they're really easy to miss. And they're really easy to forget about because there's hills and curves and everything. So, I grew up on a good mind those too. Where I'm getting this is much people decide to remind people that it's 20 miles an hour through the whole neighborhood is really needed, I think. In fact, one resident said that she lived in Little Creek for 3 years and genuinely did not know what the speed limit was. And I fully appreciate that she admitted that. Most women not embarrassed with it, but it does illustrate the issue. Speed bumps have been brought up a lot. I think there's connotations with that, logistics and everything, but there's other alternatives people would really like to see. Again, I'm speaking with you a lot of this, just couldn't be here today. And we also have much police presence in the neighborhood. And I support the village of police just wholeheartedly. And I definitely understand that there's always resource limitations and there's often higher priority issues to people. But I can assure you there are peak times during the day.
What are those times? What are those times those people have?
Based on my observations being there, there's a lot of little trail between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. and between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. all day Saturday and Sunday.
Coming, going from work. People
Yeah.
leave earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of data from that radar study from last year that I don't know if it's ever looked at.
I'm sure
I'm clear on the rest stuff here. I don't believe anybody wants to see you get tickets or get in trouble. This isn't personal, but it's overall, we just want people to be aware of the mind. It's totally maybe slow down some enjoy, and not be afraid of the neighborhood kids playing. And so we are strongly urge, I strongly urge personally, something, because unfortunately, what has been done isn't any work. So we're at concerned about it, we're afraid something's going to be killed.
Well, what we can do, we can put this on the work session for next month. The city manager can have a talk with the police department and step up to patrols over in that area. I live right across from Willow Creek. I know people fly up and down Winston Road constantly. I can only imagine it's about the same way in the subdivision. And it is very hard to catch them because they always know when the police are around. As far as the speed bumps and speed humps, that is something that I believe we would be willing to discuss. I don't think they would be needed on every road, but the long major roads in the subdivision.
Yeah, Willow
I
Trail.
do a lot of work in Brentwood and speed humps. Tabletops are the normal in the subdivisions in Brentwood. So we'll be more than happy to put it on the work session, see what we can do.
Can you get a tag number?
Oh, myself and Pete, we've got, we're not going after people, we just know it's over.
If you get a tag number of somebody that is driving recklessly, get it to the police department. I promise you, they'll be a little fair.
Well, sir, I did,
Okay, so we'll look into that too.
When did you file
that was last fall.
You can actually bring a citation yourself in Millersville City Court as a citizen of Millersville, that tag number.
You would be the prosecutor, or it'd be what they do.
You just have any of your people that they get a tag number, they view somebody speeding, it says, the judge would have to hear that you're familiar with speed. How do you know it's over 20 miles per hour? Things of that nature, there'd be some questions. But I've seen it in city courts throughout Tennessee where citizens have brought, because the police have not involved themselves maybe at times, citizens have brought them, and that's well within your legal rights. I'm not saying to do it, but I just want to make sure you have that option. The mayor and the city manager's
The city manager will look into it.
we're gonna look into it, but in the meantime, if y'all feel you need to do that, or if you just want to give a police report including these tag numbers, send a copy to the city manager also.
We'd be more glad to work with you anyway. We've got some resources there. And you guys ever thought about doing a community watch?
I organized the neighborhood watch, just after I moved into the neighborhood 4.5 years ago. Because there was a rash of break-ins in cars. My wife and I moved from Detroit, Michigan to here. We didn't want any more of that, so I said, I'll set up on this farm neighborhood watch, however, we only had one meeting, because after that issue tapered off. However, I did also, in conjunction with that, create next door social media, neighborhood watch group, for the folks that showed up that day, and I still shared alerts and things that the Millersville police officer sometimes give me as a body heads up. Person on the loose, let your neighborhood know. So,
Well, we would be more glad to help you with that. You want to organize a time that we can come over and talk to you in the chief police or some of our police officers, we can help you with that. But there's resources we can help you with,
We'll see what we can do.
Very much appreciate you getting that out to
We understand.
the rest of the squad, be safer than, so thanks very much for.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
See, Mac, if it's a holdup, then you shouldn't have no problem out there taking license.
Just told them, with the courts, what was back up.
They're having city court on the 22nd, so, this month, and we're back in business.
Country address.
1009 Mill Trail. Thank you all very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, my name is Valerie Butler, I'm Jason's wife, and I live at 1009 Willow Trail. And he's actually being kind of humble, because we actually had somebody sweeping down Willow Trail from and those who don't know the subdivision, we do not have sidewalks. So the kids playing in the streets, they lay in the driveway, they ride their bikes. Well, someone was coming down the road really fast, and my husband stepped out and gave them to slow down. She nearly hit my husband. I called the police and nobody showed up.
That's a problem. We'll do our best to rectify this.
I have to look at my phone, but we have great videos of people driving by and you can clearly see they're not doing 20 miles an hour. I have two children that live across the street from me, 2 doors down. Pete's daughters up the road with his wife and his daughter constantly walk over daily walks, and there are no sidewalks, so we have nowhere to go based on the street. And that's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about these kids that are out there playing. Anybody who knows of the incident where they had to pee up the road, he was driving, and he went into a property where there are no less than 7 kids living in the house. If those kids have been out there, a lot of people texting and driving nowadays. Well, and that's probably the thing, of course, and we had another one who's coming down, and she even apologized. She was running late.
Well, we'll do everything we can to get the speed slowed down over there. I honestly think the tabletops are probably going to be one of the best options that we can go with, and we can buy them pre-made. That all we got to do is public works to go out and drill the holes and have it done in a matter of days.
Yeah, we tried to go somebody, sort of neighbors, her poor cat, had gotten run over, and Chihuahua just screaming on the face to the person who did that. And it's not just the kids, it's not just us as neighbors, but it's our animals too. So I just want to make sure, like I said, he's kind of being humble and he was hit by somebody. So, we just want to do the right thing for our neighborhood and do it nice for my neighborhood.
We'll do what we can, I promise you that.
Well, I appreciate it. And the other thing is, and I wanted to mention this, because I know we haven't mentioned it, we do have, big hills. On Willow Trail, there's one on Creek Trail. And if I'm walking, there's no way I see a car that will be coming over. Even like a limited sight distance sign, you'll usually see that, and you're like, oh, okay,
Right.
there might be somebody over the hill or another car coming. Maybe those kinds of signs would help too. I don't know.
We'll see what we can do with those signs. Sometimes we get all of that.
I know, I told my husband that too. I said, there's signs that they're making, you can't pull them off.
Sometimes they cause a lot of problems the other way.
Yeah, so, well, thank you so much for listening.
Yes,
I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
I have a very simple question. Any news on our Alden Road?
No, that is going to be a research project. That's going to take time.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Do you know how slow government moves?
Yes.
That's about how slow.
Keep coming back.
Oh, yes. We can probably talk about this at the same time. Yeah.
Can I contact an Alden directly?
Oh, yeah.
I can't, we as citizens can contact them, send them an email and say, hey, I'd like to have them.
You're more than welcome, we would encourage you.
Okay, if you get busy and encourage these, you all have the, property that they would need to be.
We'll find them.
Where it's like. Gotcha.
Right.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Last chance. All right, commissioners' comments. Mr. Bell.
Nothing else.
Mr. Long. Ms. Stanford.
I just want to thank people for coming out and being part of the meeting, keep encouraging people to come.
They're still getting dust.
No, we're not, but the equipment is still there.
I've been keeping my eye on them. They haven't been running.
Yeah, I've been seeing the city trucks out there tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, burning a lot now.
Yeah, well, unfortunately,
They had a burden.
Yeah.
And the thing, they're moving a lot of that gravel out, and they're moving dirt. They're not gravel.
Are they moving dirt in?
Yes.
Is that what they're doing?
Yes.
Okay, is it for where the,
From what I assume, they're building a level building pad, somewhere back past where the gravel's at.
that's what they're
They've got to get it, before they can offer it to somebody to build somebody's business or industry, they've got to get the pad built, they've got to get it buildable. So that's what they're working.
Well, there's definitely no more limestone dust, so thank you all.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm very, very appreciative.
I am very happy to hear that, because I was worried about that. I was too. I was looking. I have no comments, now.
Just a couple of things. I have passed out a sheet to let you know we are still in the process of organizing our first annual music festival for July 2nd, Friday night, July 2nd. We hope everyone in here puts that on your calendar. I'm sorry to say that Melissa's leaving because she could help us with this, but we've got musicians lined up. It will be a free admission here at the amphitheater behind this community center. So we're in the process of working on all the details. We'll have more information along. But Melissa's always talking about things for the kids. Here's something for the adults. So we will. I'm looking forward to putting this on. And I think we'll have a really great crowd. So we're still.
Who's the special request?
Request.
Does this quit?
So
Yes.
I'll make a spell check. That's all I have.
All right, motion to adjourn. Move that we adjourn. All those in favor? All right. We are adjourned.
Whoever.
I mean, it's not too bad.
I know, thank you.